Hello, I'm Richard Hooper and this is SatTV reporting from CommunicAsia 2010. Now I'm delighted to be joined by PJ Beylier, who is the CEO of Speedcast. Now PJ, it's been a very interesting year for Speedcast and you've just announced an agreement with ESPN. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Yes, well, as you know, we have developed an interesting business in the mobile TV arena, and we have developed certain technical skills to serve mobile TV operators. We thought some of these skills could be very beneficial to broadcasters, content providers, and we have come to an agreement with ESPN to help them with certain technical services, encoding and delivery of their content to mobile operators around the region. It's a very exciting development for us to work with such a prestigious channel, and hopefully you will see us develop such relationships with other channels around the region.
Now, Speedcast has had a very successful 12 months. What have been the highlights for you?
Well, quite a few highlights. As you know, we've started back in 2007 a transformation of the company from being a generalist provider of internet access to specializing into network services, network solutions for certain key verticals. The best illustration of that is probably our maritime business. So maritime services have certainly fueled our growth in 2009. We've seen a lot of growth and we've experienced a lot of successes in that area. In Central Asia, in particular in Afghanistan, there's a lot of demand, and we have experienced some good growth there. Otherwise, I think some interesting developments that we've announced recently are the opening of our Beijing office. We see some potential for us to support some of our Chinese customers into their developments outside of Asia. And we also have opened recently a Dubai office in order to support on the ground in Africa our Asian customers, which are growing into the African continent, in particular Chinese companies.
That's a lot of developments, but how do you see the company progressing over the next 12 to 24 months?
When you look at Speedcast today, we have in Asia an infrastructure in terms of hub, teleports, satellite coverage, people on the ground, engineers on the ground in key markets to support our customers that is quite unique. I don't think there is in other company like Speedcast in Asia today. We certainly want to continue strengthening this leadership, and in parallel you will see us moving more aggressively into the Middle East and African markets, because we see our Asian customers having an increasing growing need in those two regions, Middle East, Africa. So the Dubai office is the start of that move into Middle East Africa. It's a regional headquarters for us, and hopefully we'll have some more news for you later this year or early next year.
Now finally, PJ, it's been quite a tumultuous few years with the financial crisis, but the satellite industry has been fairly resilient. You know, what's your opinion? Is this going to continue?
Yes, I think all the lights are green. We expect this to continue. Speedcast has grown 43% last year in 2009. We expect to grow 25 to 30% this year. So we've not seen the crisis as far as our business is concerned, and I expect this to continue. When I look, for example, at our maritime business, we were concerned because the shipping industry has been struggling for the past 2 years, and it's just starting to recover now. But there are other segments within the maritime industry that have driven our growth in 2009 and 2010. So a lot of resiliency indeed, and I expect this to continue.
PJ, thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard. It's always a pleasure to be here.